What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King Jabez. About to say another very important message. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on IG, the King Jabez, Facebook, The Honor Soul, just like the channel. For those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Let's work. Tonight's video is entitled, Chosen Ones, You Are So Close. Think about that. You are so close. And when you're close to a gate, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm ready. I got my thoughts. Let me finish the title first, because I'm ready to teach right away. You are so close. You are about to shock people with this millionaire connection. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Now, disclaimer for those who hear this message, say, because you hear the word millionaire and think, okay, that doesn't apply to me. I'm not suggesting that everyone hears this video is going to become a millionaire. That may not be realistic. What I am suggesting, though, is that you will connect with some millionaire people, right? Whether that be a business or organization, a team, a company, a label, a religious institution, you get my point. You're going to connect with some people who are making moves. And this is something I did when I was in my early 20s. So this is very realistic. If you're thinking this is not for you, this is for you, gang. Listen to this. You're about to shock people with some new connections. You're about to get around some people that others may feel like it's out of your league in their mind. Or how did you meet him? How did you meet her? How did you meet these people? I had somebody say to me when I was in my 20s, how did you meet them? People sometimes put you into a box, right? Let's just be real. And when you start connecting with people at a high level, it shocks those who thought they knew who you were. And the problem with that isn't you. The problem is their assessment of you. And as I always say, their perception is never your reality. Let's be crystal clear on that. Do you understand me? So, you're close. What does that mean when you're close? When you're close to a gate speaks of access. A gate speaks of a space that everyone can get into, right? If you go to a gated community, right? Common sense says everyone can get in unless they have access. There's normally security at the gate. I've been to those before. There's someone who lets you in. You have to tell them what house you're going to, what's your reason for being here, etc. And that's what's happening with you. You're feeling a lot of this pressure and tension. I mean, just kind of like, to be honest, for lack of a better word, you got some just weird stuff happening to you that you cannot explain any other way. This is just odd. This is out of the ordinary. And you're not doing anything wrong. Because that tends to be our assumption when bad things happen. Intelligent people think, okay, what did I do wrong? And what could I do in the future to prevent this? This is how I think, okay, this happened. How do I prevent this? What was my part in this? What had nothing to do with me? And that is wise to do that. That's what intelligent people do. But I'm here to say that tonight that sometimes that's not even the case. It ain't even that deep. This is just simply, this energy came your way simply because you're getting close. And that pressure is there to throw you off course. That pressure is there to confuse the mind. That pressure is there to create some doubt or anxiety, right? To take you out of a space of courage, to take you out of a space of being decisive. You can't be decisive and think and make good decisions in a space of fear, in a space of panic. So you have to gather your bearings. That's the word I like to use. I like to use that analogy. When I find myself frustrated or aggravated, confused, which is all normal human experiences, by the way, which we all have. Whenever I get there, like big bro, I'm not perfect. Don't believe I am. Don't put that label on me. Okay, I'm a human just like you. Whenever I experience these human emotions, the analogy I use for myself, okay, King's Best, you need to gather your bearings. Brace yourself. And what am I saying? Get your emotions under control. Think logically. Think clear. Be decisive. Be a man. Be courageous and make a decision, right? And when we do that, in the midst of that pressure to get on track, and what you say, okay, what's that have to do with this? We're talking about getting to a gate, right? You're being close. When you're close, the pressure increases. You have to gather yourself, be calm, so that you can think, so that you can act, so that you can present yourself well. So that you, practically speaking, can give that firm handshake and eye contact. Let's just be real practical, so that you can present your business idea in the best possible way, so you can think about your goals, write a song, train in the gym. Everything that you're doing that's going to push you forward in life, requires some thinking. You can't just lift weights. You got to think through that. You have to have a program. You have to have a certain diet. You have to think through that process. You have to have a mental diet. You have to have books that you read that can help you to stay strong mentally to go through that. This is why the legendary bodybuilders would often suggest various books to each other, because they understood that lifting weights wasn't just about lifting weights. Never was, to be honest. Lifting weights really is a mental thing, in my opinion. That's why Brother Iron the Soul. I lift weights not just for the physical. Yes, you guys see my Instagram. I'm in good shape physically, fit. But to me, it's deeper than that. It's about who you are as a person. It's about the mental more than anything. And to me, it's about the mental and spiritual. The body, in my assessment, is obviously the vehicle, the tool we use, that God uses to give us what people see, right? But the true you, or true self, is the mind, is the spirit, is the intellect, is the reasoning, the faculties of will, emotion, desire. That's what we should be worrying about. And I know people don't want to hear that, but if that's out of order, you're not going to be a good athlete. You're not going to be a good artist. You're not going to be a good business person. You're not going to be a good mate. You're not going to be a good wife, a good husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, roommate in college. Whatever level you may be in life, listen to this message. You can't do that if this isn't right. So I'm saying to you, get your mind right, because you are so close to that connection, and you don't want to allow a character defect to mix up the opportunity. In other words, a man's gift makes room for him, but the question is, can your character keep you there? Let's chew on that for a second. Let's go ahead and pause right there for a second. If you're watching this video, that's a good chance. This is a good time to hit the pause button. Can your character keep you there? In other words, when the door opens, you're close, right? On track, opportunity, connection. When you cross over into that space, whether that be, okay, let me give it to you, break it down, a team for the athletes, another artist for you artists who do music, a label, business for those. Obviously, we're all in part of some business organization, whether it be even a job, blue collar. A lot of men right now going to trade school, and I suggest that for some of you guys watching this, let me just drop that real quick for you if you're considering what to do. Get your trade. Big bro Iron telling you right now tonight. If you live in America, that's the next wave. Your big brother telling you right now. You're 19, 20, saying big bro, on a dude, 24, 25, 30 for that matter. That may be something for you. And that's just a side point to this message. Because sometimes the connection, right, and that's not really a side point. That's on brand. The connection, I'm glad I said that. The connection is sometimes there through hard work. We think connection means somebody just handing us opportunity. Now, sometimes it's you getting in there and doing that hard work, 5 years, 10 years, learning the skill. Come on, let's be practical. No wrong going to trade school, right? Everybody can't be famous, so we need to get rid of that fantasy. It's okay to be a hardworking man and to learn a skill and to show up and do that skill for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I benefited from that rather firsthand from the hard work of my grandfather. Bottom line, right? And that work ethic is something that inspires me to this day. With everything I got going on, I think about what will my grandfather do in this situation. You see what I'm saying? And so what am I saying? The connection is often leading to hard work. I'm not saying you're going to get a connection and it just happens easily. No, this connection is an opportunity. And sometimes the opportunity is there for you to present what you do well. In order to do it well, you're going to have to grind 40 hours. I'm talking to you consistently for week after week, day after day, working on your craft, whatever that is for you, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do, but whatever that is, you have to do it all your might to prosper, right? Come on, what does prosper mean? To advance and to move forward, to get that blessing that you want. You understand? So as I kind of wrap this up, I won't keep you tonight. Straight to the point message. Chosen ones. You are so close. You are about to receive this opportunity, which is a Millionaire Connection. So it's somebody who has something to offer. Right? That's a very wide range. You get however that fits in for you. That's why I gave it that title. Right? And with the connection, you will prosper and go forward. It's up to you to do the right thing with it. So what am I saying in closing? Present yourself well. That's why gym is important. When you look healthy and you got good skincare, right? Last video, skincare on point. Keep yourself groomed, going to the barbershop, big bra, stay groomed. Why? People look at what they see. Now, it's not always about the outward appearance. That's the first impression. They see me, I'm cut up, keep my beard, I wash it, shampoo it, oil it, skincare, I'm fit. When I shake someone's hand, I look right at them, hey, how you doing? And I create an immediate reaction. And that's what I want you to do. You ladies, the same thing here, this message. Ladies, the way you carry yourself, or the way you dress, and ladies wear your outfits and perfume and hair and whatever, nails. All of that's part of the presentation. That can get you in, literally. But the question is, the big question, the serious question is, will your character and who you are as a person keep you there? So it's one thing to get this connection. That's kind of what I'm teaching today. It's one thing to get the connection, because you gotta look a certain way, speak a certain way, have some offer, right, to get the connection. And once you get that, can your character, who you are, the intellect, the will, the emotion, things about the real you, the higher self or lower self, depending on which one comes out, can that character in you, good or bad, keep you in that space 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you continue to build that generational wealth? So that's the download for tonight. Guys, ladies, thanks for listening to this video. I want you to prosper, to advance, and go forward. This is your Big Bro King's Biz. God bless. Peace.